Welcome back.
Welcome back. After an amazing time doing a bit of work and play over in Europe, we're finally back and going straight into the build.
We've got a big week ahead. We're still getting over our jet lag. Let's see how much we can get done.
Overlooked, overcast, we all got our secrets. Let them out one last time. Hold me in the darkness, honey, safely out of sight. 'Cause it seems like the whole world's falling, running out of time. If the sun doesn't rise, it's just you and I tonight.
What's proving to be very frustrating is these beams, none of them are like perfectly square, both in the sense of how they're cut, but also if they're on like a bit of an angle. So it makes making these 45-degree miters a lot more difficult, which is frustrating because it should be quick maths, but it's sort of really tricky to get them super clean. So it looks kind of funny now. Obviously not perfect, but magic of building everything is a little bit of filler and a fresh lick of paint will make it look a whole lot better. It's going to look a lot better as well once we have trim along there and along there, because at the moment it still just sort of looks like it's just stopping at the ceiling and there's still gaps and whatnot. But that'll come after the paint because we're going to keep that the original timber colour. Man, this has been such a tedious job. I'm sure there's a better way, and now I'm kind of at a point where like I don't want anyone to recommend the quicker way because I don't think I'm going to do it again. Actually, no, maybe recommend the quicker way. If someone has tricks to do this, I'd be interested to know because this was very slow. And to make things look even worse, I'm now filling all the little nail holes with putty. We have used the white stuff in the past, but it's really hard to tell what has and hasn't been filled for them going around and sanding.
Wow, this looks so funny. Hard to believe that this is gonna actually look better than this. I'm not judging, Glenn.
Man, it doesn't look very nice.
Really looking forward to sanding all of these little holes. That's my job. What do you reckon, Lay? You want to go to work? Yeah, that's what I thought. So that was a very slow day.
Slow. I'm feeling better now. I mean, it has been good, but the first half of the day was mind-bendingly boring.
Yeah, it's very boring stuff, but necessary. And we have a lot more ahead of us, so early night, early rise tomorrow.
We'll do it all again. We got a lot of sanding ahead of us.
All right, it's a new day. Time to get to sanding. Well, that was a massive effort, big day, and not really much to show for it. In the grand scheme of things, the holes are filled, and that's about it. Sort of seems to be the theme of this video in our time back, but all very necessary things. Excited to get to the fun part of painting, but yeah, wow, the prep before painting is next level. I think it's time to have a shower, have some dinner, call it a night, and go find Glenn. If you haven't noticed, he hasn't been around. He's actually been helping Max with the driveway. More on that in Max's video, which I think is going live at the same time as this one. Yeah, it's just been all systems go on the property here lately. It's really exciting. Lots of long days. Hopefully we'll have more to show for it soon. Good morning. After all of that prepping, the day has finally arrived. It's time to start painting.
How do you feel about sleeping and flying away? Over in Emerald Sea to the fairy lawn islands and build ourselves a place to stay. We can act like lovers on a king-size stage.
So now, one thing I did learn when I did maintenance at university is it is worth splurging on the higher quality roller. So this is a sheep's wool one. It's not being super thick, so particularly for all of our joins, it should hopefully fill them all in adequately, but it also means they last forever if you look after them too. So that way you're not wasting and churning through a bunch of stuff as well. So highly recommend getting better quality rollers because it definitely is worthwhile.
We can wake up to kisses underneath the covers and the whispering of the pine tree sway. Yeah, rock me, babe, and roll me away. And rock me, babe, and roll me away. What did you?
Undercoat, done.
Done.
Took us about, what, 2 hours to do?
Probably 2 hours. Yeah.
And again, can't really tell any difference.
No, not at all, honestly, except the blue tape and paint on it.
I actually feel like this whole episode is just us doing stuff, but nothing actually changing. Oh well. We're really excited to get the actual paint though. We're going for like a creamy, warm white, which apparently is really hard to make a decision on, just white. There's so many different shades, but that's up next.
Alright, everything back outside again. We've picked up the colour we want, or that we think we want, which is always a difficult decision. Let's get rolling. Here we go. Wow. So we ended up going with Maribond Simply White. And it is simply white. It's really hard. I feel like anyone that's painted anything knows how difficult it is to try and get something that looks what they want in the space that they want, depending on the lighting. And when you're looking at a million paint swatches in amongst all the other ones, it's really hard to tell. We had a couple of different test swatches that we pinned up against the wall to give us an idea. And we think this is probably the best one. Ideally, we would paint sections in that paint, which I think is probably a good idea, but at the same time, having the patches to put around, I think gives us a good enough idea to just say, screw it, let's go with it. And if in the future we think we want something slightly different, it'll only take probably one coat because it'll be so similar to this anyway. Fingers crossed we're happy with this to begin with. Very excited to have just a little bit more warmth than this sterile white that we've been living in for a number of months now.
Whoa.
Whoa. Oh, I love it.
Oh my god, it's gonna look so good in the sun too.
It's such a difference. Looking from there to there, I'm like, kind of different.
Whoa, this looks so good already. I mean...
Let's say we like it when it's all covered.
Yeah.
But I was worried it was going to be too white, but this has heaps of warmth. Oh
wow.
boy. Oh boy.
So I'm not sure if you can tell on camera that clearly, but you can definitely see more of the warmth of the white. That looks so good already. What do you think? It's good?
It looks sick. I don't think the camera can really show it. It's like a completely different colour. Wow. Ah.
Oh, I like the white.
Memories and worn out out shoes. Every winding road we wander through. When your heart is beating next to mine, there's no telling what our feet could find. Open up and listen to the morning like a song carried on the breeze. We spent all this time chasing the horizon. Now we see all of these days stretching out before us.
First coat done. That took probably like 3 hours,
Yeah.
right?
But what we've been doing on the first coat, so obviously we're doing VJ board, which is the long slats. So it's a lot easier to spray, but living here with all this stuff, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's more of a mess around with the prep to spray when we can roll. But because of the deep joins and not using a brush in every single length, we went with the nice thick roller to begin with for the undercoat and then the first coat. But then Kendall was going around behind me with the smooth roller to get rid of that extra texture. So hopefully we've been really diligent with making sure that we've got into all the grooves. Depending on how this all looks, we might just stick with doing the smooth roller for the second coat. But I think I need to have an inspection first because we really want to make sure there's not little white bits showing through those joins, which obviously does slow it down a fair bit because we're technically rolling twice per coat, but it'll be a really good finish in the end. So I'm pumped. This color's so sick. So I've just put the last of what I think I'm going to need for the bedroom second coat in the tray. And surprisingly, we've used less than half, which is kind of crazy. This is 10 litres. We used 4 litres for the undercoat and used that for the most part. If anyone's thinking about doing a space, obviously we do have some other spots that we sort of left because we're going to be completely covering them up anyway. But surprisingly, we actually didn't use that much.
You helping, bud? You're just in the middle of all of it, aren't you? You're a great supervisor. Keep up the work. Okay, so we just about finished. Now it's time for the most satisfying part. Well, we are absolutely stoked with this. I really did not think that any of this was going to make a difference at all. Like, for the most part of the video, we were like, what are we doing? This is such a big effort, and is it really going to make a difference? And I definitely think it does. The space feels so warm and so bright.
A fair bit of fine-tuning, cleanups and stuff like that, but there's not really much point doing that until we're sort of at a finished stage. Realistically, we're probably going to have to paint another coat in a few different areas, depending on when we construct different things. But this way, we know we've got a really good foundation. It's already done for the most part. But in the future, I'm sure I'll have to do some little cleanups, tidy ups, and go from there, as with everything. But in terms of the color choice, how it's all looking, could not be happier. It's so nice.
So excited about this. It just, it's getting us really pumped to keep going with this build.
I'm sure to you guys, it probably doesn't seem that different either. But in it, it's incredible how different it actually makes the space feel.
And with that, it's time to just get started on the next project. So we'll see you on the next one.